What's going on, everybody? Non here, and despite the clickbait title, I think Journey Together is going to be a banger, and I think it's a welcome relief to people who just want to rip packs with an opportunity of getting hits. And I'll walk through what I think, and regardless of the fact that the boxes are selling for 260, 270 from for plus tax, so 270, 280, uh, and the pull rates are presumably the same. It's a smaller set similar to Stellar Crown. And what that effectively means is that there's more hits. And it looks like, just based on the observation of everybody who's opening packs on videos, it does seem to be that that's the case. No different than the pull rates with Prismatic weren't any worse per se, but there were so many of the uh, SIRs, for example. Your odds to pull a specific SIR, like one in $1,442. And when it costs you $12 a pack or $14 a pack, and you're not made out of money, it super feels bad because you could rip 20 packs and light a couple $100 on fire and get absolutely nothing. So Surging Spark's kind of in the middle, but I want to walk through this. So Journey Together is very much like Stellar Crown, and why I say that is, Stellar Crown had a very small set, same with Journey Together, the same number of SIRs, the same number of hyper rares, the same number of ultra rares, and Journey Together has one less IR than what Stellar does. So what I did here is I just pulled the odds per specific card. I could have pulled the odds for any hit if we wanted to look at it that way, but I think per specific card is a little bit more important here because it's more representative of the size of the set. So I pulled specific card for each one of these, and I pulled the odds. So this is effectively, if you have one card that you want to hit from SIR, HR, Ultra Rare, and IR, your odds are 1.7%. So effectively, in every two boxes or so, you're going to get the card that you're looking for, which is really, really awesome. And I think that's why Stellar Crown has come out of nowhere to be the best performing box in the last couple months. And quite honestly, it's basically past everything now except for, I believe, Surging Sparks, and it's getting darn close to Twilight, which is interesting. And again, was super short printed for the set, but it's getting ripped a ton. So everybody talks about Crown Zenith 151. There's a ton of supply coming into the market for those, so just kind of throw those out the window. Prismatic Evolutions, there's a ton of supply coming into the market. Throw those out the window. And then you get to the rest of them. Surging Sparks, a ton of bundles coming into the market. Throw those out the window. And then you're looking at sets like Paldea Evolved, which is going nuts, and Stellar Crown. And Stellar Crown is kind of like the fifth or sixth highest tear rate from what I've seen. Across rip and shippers and some data that I see out there. And again, I'm not a rip and shipper. I don't deal with rip and shippers. I don't have 15 people doing it. It's just a good way to see what's hot in that segment of the market. So even though it's fourth or fifth, it is the top ripped set that doesn't have new supply coming into the market. Paradox Rift is starting to pick up as well. SV Base was sort of kind of hot for a while. Obsidian Flames was hot for a while because the pull rates were super easy. Twilight Masquerade, we'll see. There's a couple bangers, but I think, everybody's a little bearish on the set right now. It'll swing. But let's go back to Journey Together. So ignore the fact that people are charging $8 to $14 a pack for rip and shippers. I still don't understand why people do that. But you can buy a box for $250 to $260, right? So you're looking at $6 to $7, probably $7, $8 a pack for this. But if you buy two boxes, you're going to get the card you want. Now, is it the value that we had 12 months ago? No, of course not. But people are going to continue to get that dopamine hit, and they're not going to get that feels bad that they got from Prismatic, or that, quite honestly, they got from Surging. If we look at a specific card in Journey Together, and Journey Together is a little bit easier than Stellar because there is the one less IR, you're 1.7%. So let's take this. My fingers aren't working tonight. That's not right. Never mind. So Yeah, you're basically looking at just under 2 booster boxes. Um, 2 booster boxes to get the hit that you want. With Prismatic, 1 in 10, I mean, you need to rip 12 ETBs to get a card that you want at $140 per ETB. I mean, you're really gonna drop $1,600, you just buy the single, and, Surging Spark, same deal. 1.3%. There's some good cards, but there's some cards that aren't great in there. Um, so, I think even though the set's a little bit on the higher side, at release, I mean, it obviously is, right? Um, there's a good feel that people are getting from the set because they actually have a chance to hit the card they want. They certainly have a chance to hit the, a card and a hit in the set. I mean, they're going to get multiple, probably five per pack, right? Or 5 per box, maybe 6. So, a lot of people are looking at the set and kind of shitting on it, saying, it's not great. The top chase card's only $380 or whatever. But there are a lot of cards, and again, they're going to come down, I think, to some extent. There are a lot of cards where, I think people are just interested um, in getting the cards and ripping the packs, and I think that's going to create some tailwinds that, quite honestly, I don't think people are thinking about, and I quite honestly don't think I think people are sleeping on a little bit. Um, so we'll see. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to put this out there. Everybody's talking Destined Rivals. I did see a couple cancels, but I haven't confirmed whether it's endemic or not. So it doesn't really matter. Versus mentioning it, and we do have. I think we have like 26 2-box bundles left on tcg.com, and I think the price is it's $478.99. So it's a little bit under the Rudy price, and obviously you don't have to pay Patreon. So if you're interested, buy them. We're gonna ship them out, I believe, tomorrow. Uh, Worst case Thursday, but I know we did get a bunch of them tomorrow. We're just waiting for Uline boxes to come. So again, guys, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and join the Discord. We'll talk soon.